Mr. Greenberg, Mr. Greenberg!
Hello there, student me.
I just took the digital SAT and it was a disaster. Can I cancel my score?
Yes, it is possible to cancel your score for up to a week after you've taken the test. I'll leave a link in the comments explaining how to do that. But in general, I'm not sure that it is something you should be doing.
But don't colleges look at all of my scores? And if I do really badly on one test, won't that hurt my chances of getting in?
Well, yes and no. Some colleges will look at all of your scores, but many colleges will only look at your best score. And in fact, a lot of colleges will just look at your super score. That means they're going to take your best score from each section and combine them. So that means even if you've done badly in one section, you may still want to wait for your score because maybe you did better in another section. That said, there are a few situations in which I would recommend canceling your score. One of them is if there was some kind of medical emergency on the test. Maybe you got really nauseous and suddenly you were throwing up all over the testing center, or maybe you blacked out or something like that. Did anything like that happen to you, student me?
No, it was nothing like that.
Well, that's a relief. Another situation in which I would recommend canceling your score is if there was some kind of technical problem. This is especially likely to happen on the new digital SAT because in addition to worrying about your calculator running out of batteries, you also have to worry about your testing device. What if it runs out of batteries, or what if it crashes, or what if there's an internet connection problem? So if something like that happens and you feel that it's drastically harmed your score, then yes, you should definitely cancel. Did anything like that happen to you, student me?
No, nothing like that happened either.
Well, that's a relief. But in that case, why do you want to cancel your score?
I guess it just felt really hard, and I don't think I did well.
Well, if the test felt hard, that could actually be a good thing. One of the reasons is that the SAT is scaled in a way that's meant to reflect difficulty. So if the test actually is harder, you will not need to answer as many questions correctly to get a high score. In fact, the digital SAT is adaptive, which means that if you do well on the first module, you're going to get a harder set of questions for the second module. So if you feel that the second module is hard, that's actually a sign that you're doing well. It shouldn't be a cause for panic, and it definitely isn't a reason to be canceling your score.
But Mr. Greenberg, I was looking on Reddit after the test, and I'm pretty sure I got a couple of questions wrong.
Oh, student me. Just because you suspect you've gotten a few questions wrong, that's not a reason to cancel your score, especially because, and student me, I've seen your practice tests. You're getting a lot of questions wrong on them too. So if you're getting questions wrong on the practice test, you can't realistically expect to get a perfect score on the real test. And so, of course you're going to get a few questions wrong.
So you don't think I should cancel?
Unless you can come up with a better reason than that, no. Ultimately, the decision whether or not to cancel comes down to you. But my advice boils down to this. Unless you have a significant reason to suspect that your score on the test will be much worse than the scores that you are normally getting during practice, then you shouldn't cancel. Instead, wait it out. You might have done better than you think.